Hey there, YouTube friends. Masked Bandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We are back into BroNation Studios. Today we are building more of our main street. We have a theater going in place today. Again, our influence, if you are just catching this episode now, our influence for most of this main street is a city called Napier, New Zealand, a city that was destroyed by an earthquake and rebuilt in the 30s in this Art Deco style. And it's a very crisp, very clean style of Art Deco. And actually that makes it kind of a challenge for Planet Coaster, because a lot of the things people really enjoy about Planet Coaster are the high detailed, and this is an intentionally restrained kind of style, if you want to go that route with it. So this theater here, I'll throw a picture up on the screen right now, and that's what we're going for right there. And we get close, and it's a simple looking structure, but it's surprisingly difficult to get the proportions correct in this video, or in this building, and you'll see as we go along here how that works. And actually, I did some building off camera, because I built it in this time lapse here, and I let it sit, and I went back and looked at it again and did that's not quite what I wanted. So I end up fixing it off camera, and I'll make sure that the cinematics at the end of this video show it off in its most current state. So yeah, so it's been a while since we've had a video like this. I've been doing a lot of smaller coaster projects. I mentioned back in the beginning of May that I was going to be real busy with work stuff, and sure enough, I was. I had 2 large productions for 3rd through 5th graders, so you're talking 8 to 11-year-olds. I had 120 of those types of individuals, and half of them performed one week, and half of them performed the next week, and it took up all my free time, and any free time that I didn't have devoted to that was spent sleeping and recovering. And then it was just, man, after that we had some other, I had some other obligations with work. End of the year is crazy. End of the year is crazy for an elementary school teacher. I am recording this on June 1st, and it was my last day of school. Oop, pardon me, my phone just beeped. So, yeah, it's the last day of school for me today, so I am really, really pumped. Well, that's not true. It's not the last day of school for me. It was the last day of school for my students. I still have to go back to school on Monday and Tuesday, so I'll be there, unfortunately. That also means that on Wednesday, the first day of my true summer break, I'll be hopping on an airplane and heading to Colorado. My family and I are going to be going to Estes Park and the Rocky Mountain National Park and Boulder and Golden and some other places. We're going to be visiting some friends and some family and having a nice little vacation out in Colorado. I'll be going a week. So my channel, this is probably this and maybe 1 or 2 more things you can expect between now and the time I come back. I think it's on the 13th. And then hopefully, I mentioned it before, hopefully we're going to be able to do some daily content over the summer. I've kind of garnered a deal with my wife. She's willing to take the kiddos 1 day a week and give me most of the day to do recordings. So that'll be really nice. It won't be Planet Coaster every day. It'll give me an opportunity to record and put other things on the channel. I'm thinking heavy Parkitect, heavy City Skylines, and heavy Planet Coaster this summer. Those are the 3 titles I kind of really want to focus on. I'm super pumped. So you can expect that in mid to late June. Hopefully we'll have some daily content. And then after that, there's not much going on the rest of my summer. I want to make a trip to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and do a vlog for all you fine folk. Get on Wonder Woman. I want to take a trip to Galveston for the Pleasure Pier. It's the closest thing to an amusement park we have here in the Houston area. I'd like to get a vlog out for that. And I'd also like to take a trip to Kemah, another boardwalk area not too far from Houston. And they have a wooden coaster called the Boardwalk Bullet And I've lived here a decade and I haven't ridden it yet, so I'd like to do those. Those are my summer wish list items, and we'll see how many of them I can get accomplished. So anyway, back to our building here. As I mentioned, this theater, it's really simple. It's got a couple nice lines, and it's more of, I guess the fancy part is just the structure and the proportions. And I don't think I don't think it turned out as well in this initial rendition. One, the colors, I don't like this yellow color. We end up changing it, making it a little less saturated, and that helps the details stick out a little bit more, which in turn I think helps it look more detailed than it actually is. I mean, as you could see from that reference picture, this is pretty much verbatim what it looks like. And that's a lot of this Napier. I've noticed a lot of the deco in Napier is very clean and crisp. And simple's the wrong word. It's just elegant. It's very elegant. And that's something I really want to bring into this park. So that's what's happening here. In the original, there's arched windows here, and those just aren't happening for me today. I wasn't about to do windows as walls on this building. I wanted it to be a little less piece heavy, because we already have that corner building that was just really piece heavy. I say that now, but then the next build we're going to do in this video is all windows as walls. So I talk a big game, but at least one of the buildings is windows as walls. So we're going to add several more buildings on this main street, at least 2 or 3 more. And then that'll transition into whatever the weenie is going to be for this park. The end of our main street needs to be capped by something, and I don't really know what. So if you have any good ideas on what you want to see as the weenie to this park, that'll also probably be it also has to kind of double as the facade for the Brody theme park misadventure. That's not its name, but for the dark ride, I want to anchor the main street with the big dark ride of the park, which is going to be the Brody going through various other parks and chasing a character or messing things up. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but that's what I want to do. Because once this main street's done, I'm going to want to get into rides. I mean, I think that's partially why I was doing those coaster POVs, because I just needed to build some rides. This park has been nothing but buildings, and buildings are fun, and building off of inspiration is great, and it's fun. Like I said, it's good times. It's just I need to be in the correct mood, and I wanted to build a ride because I hadn't built a ride in forever. So now that the main structure is complete here, jumping into the building, we're working on the pavement. I wanted to set the theater back a little bit and give it its own little like plaza area. So that's what we're working on here, some stairs and some plaza-ing. So yeah, that's kind of it. It's pretty self-explanatory. This building's pretty, there's not much going on other than here's the reference and I'm building it. So as far as it, I think it is going to be an actual theater. It'll show, I don't know what, maybe it'll show BroCoaster episodes. Let's go with that. It's going to show BroCoaster episodes. Because, you know, everyone loves those. Speaking of which, this is either going to come out the same day or shortly before episode 34 of BroCoaster. And that will be on Mike's channel. Mike is alive. He's alive. And he's working on BroCoaster. It's rendering as we speak, or as I speak. And hopefully, by the time this video comes out, it has been uploaded. Oh, big old pause here. I must have walked away for a while or something. There we go. Oh no, I think I was looking at reference images or something. I don't know what I was doing. So yeah, so you can expect BroCoaster episode 34 coming out real soon. It's like I said, it's rendering, and I'm excited because I can't remember what the hell was in it because it's been so long since we recorded it. Mike is finally nearing the end of his very busy season. So hopefully he'll be able to hop on and we'll be able to get some more accomplished. And I think our unofficial goal is to have No Name Landia done by the end of summer. We're gonna shoot for that. Fingers crossed. No promises, but yeah. And then we'll probably take a break again and then start season 2. So there's one really big announcement that I really want to talk about, and I know it's in the middle of the video here, but it's important. And I didn't want to lead with it, but we're going to talk about it in the May recap on the BroNation May recap video. So make sure you go and check that out because I'll go into more detail then. But this is the last video that I'm making on my current computer. Today I had a brand new computer, an Omen, HP Omen, delivered to my door. And it was a gift from a BroNation member. And I am absolutely humbled and amazed by that. He reached out to me, and he offered, and I thought about it, and I took him up on his offer. So this is the last video on my current computer. I'm going to be setting up my brand new gaming computer tomorrow. And at the end of the day, I'll have a better processor, a significantly better video card, and I'll go from 12 gigs of RAM to 32. I am absolutely blown away by the generosity of this particular member. And I might go into a bit more detail in the BroNation video, the Brocast recap. So check that out. But I don't even have words. So just be on the lookout for better videos and better quality. I'm so pumped. It's not even funny. So yeah, I'm tripping over my words because I really don't know what to say about it. I am so grateful. I didn't ever think that would happen. So yeah, that's super awesome. This next building, transitioning seamlessly. This next building here is going to be a cafe, and this is going to be a direct nod to BroNation. If you're a member of BroNation, our Discord server, you know that every morning, well, in Europe, it's morning way before it is for me over here. In fact, as I'm recording this, it's almost morning for Europe right now. We have a lot of members of the nation. We have a lot of citizens of BroNation that are European, and they love to hop on. And we have we've cultivated this really silly greeting. People from Europe like to wish each other Moin, M-O-I-N, and they throw in a couple Euro flags and maybe a croissant or, other European type things. And Ruble and I and some other American friends, when we hop on, we throw out our bald eagles and our American flags and wish everyone my standard greeting is Mornin' Bishes, and with all my emotes, my American emotes. And we went so far even as to create some custom emotes. We have a moose custom emote for our Canadian friends, and we just found out today that we have a New Zealander among us, and we need to make sure he gives us his New Zealand greeting with Kiwis and such, because I don't know what else New Zealand is known. I guess Lord of the Rings, but I don't think there's any Lord of the Rings emotes. Maybe there's a ring. I don't know. So anyway, I thought that this building here would be a great tribute to the European members of BroNation, and so we are going to be making the Moin Cafe. And again, this is another Napier building. I really liked the gray and kind of slate blue color scheme. And then I throw some yellow in there, and it actually works well because the European Union flag is dark blue, and I think it's yellow. Are the stars yellow or white on the EU flag? I don't know. I'm an uneducated, uncultured American. I don't know these things. I'm lucky I even know that there is an EU flag, I think. So anyway, I'm really happy with the way this building came together. I think it worked out really, really well, and I actually think I got pretty close to the source material here. These little railings, I think, turned out really well. I struggled a bit because on the reference image, there's some font stuck on those like metal grates. And so I wanted to use my deco font, but they need to have a backing like that, or else they're gonna look like ass, because they're parts, they're little corners of art shapes. So it'll be a hot mess if they don't have that backing. So I fiddle with this for way longer than I need to, and I end up settling on something that's decent. But I ended up having to change. I had to deviate a bit from the reference image, which isn't a problem at all. Just if you're wondering why I did do what I did, that's why the lettering here on the Moin Cafe. And you can see I fiddle with it a lot to try and make it look good. And I end up, my first attempt here, if I pull it out, I think you'll see. My first attempt here is just to kind of paste it on like that, and I let it sit like that for way too long, thinking that looked okay. And eventually I got tired of it, and I'm like, nah, that looks like garbage. So I do end up fixing it. So if you're losing your crap right now, don't worry, it will get fixed. Again, we're taking advantage of the in-game, the new glass pieces here, and putting them in here because these are really tall, really big open windows, and I wanted to have that. I figured if it was a cafe, these big open windows would let a lot of natural light in, which is always a pleasant experience. Oh, pardon me as I bump my mic, which is always a pleasant experience when you're dining. So, the biggest issue I'm having are finding good doors. Planet Coaster needs better doors. We need just some better generic doors. I'm tired of these super themed doors. I want boring, simple doors. The closest thing we have are the blue and white Planet Coaster doors, but those aren't simple. Those are like electronically locked Star Trek-y doors. I don't want those. So I wish we had some really just simple doors, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, it looks like we are nearing the end of our time lapse here. So I'm gonna let this finish up, and I'm gonna remind you that if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Please consider subscribing if you're new or haven't yet. We have a good time here on the channel, and so yeah, if you're inclined, you like the content, let me know in the comments below what you want to see next in BroNation Studios, and I will see everyone for the next episode. Have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.